Hello students, in this video I'm going to explain you human respiratory system. Last Saturday we had brief introduction about the respiration, respiratory surfaces in different animals, plants and introduction of human respiratory system. Today we are going to study the human respiratory system in detail. Respiration by definition says that it is a biochemical process of oxidation of organic compounds in orderly manner for the liberation of chemical energy in form of ATP. Respiration releases energy by oxidation or breakdown of food. Before we understand the process of respiration, let us understand how the respiratory system is designed to carry out that function. Now, respiratory system broadly is divided into two parts: upper respiratory system and lower respiratory system. Now, this is upper respiratory system and here we have lower respiratory system. Parts of upper respiratory system are external nares. External nares are also called as nostrils or nasal openings. This leads to nasal chamber followed by internal nares. Then we have nasopharynx, throat and nose. These are all the parts of upper respiratory system. The lower respiratory system consists of larynx, trachea, primary bronchi, bronchioles and lungs, right lung and left lung. Now let us study the parts one by one. First, the external nares, nose or nostril. These are a pair of slit-like opening through which air enters the system. Through these openings, the air enters the respiratory system. This is followed by nasal chamber. Nasal chamber is divided into left and right nasal chamber because of mesenteroid cartilage. It is like a curtain dividing nasal chamber into left and right chambers. Then each chamber is divided into three parts. The proximal or anterior most part is called as the vestibule, which has hair for filtration of air so that the dust particles and the irritants do not enter the respiratory system. After vestibule, there is a part called as conditioner. It is highly vascular part which moistens the air, which makes the air moist so that the diffusion of oxygen becomes easy. Then followed by vestibule, the last part is called as the olfactory or sensory chamber. Now sense of smell is possible because of this last chamber. So what are the parts? Proximal is the vestibule, then you have conditioner and last is olfactory chamber. Now this is followed by pharynx. Pharynx is this entire region. Pharynx is divided into three regions. They are nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Now here the part of pharynx which is near the nasal chamber is nasopharynx. Then oropharynx is the part which is common passage for food and air. Then you have laryngopharynx which leads to larynx, which this is a lower part. Now there is a palate bone which is present between nasopharynx and oropharynx. Palate bone is present between nasopharynx and oropharynx. Now there are tonsils, the lymphoid organs which you are aware of. These are the lymphatic organs present in the pharynx. Now this structure that you can see is called as the larynx, or it is also called as the voice box. This is the part of respiratory tract where the folds of vocal cords are present which produce sound. This sound which is produced by this larynx is modulated by the other parts, that is teeth, lips, tongue, and the nasal cavity. Then this larynx has the opening into laryngopharynx, which is called as the glottis. Glottis has a flap like covering called as the epiglottis. Epiglottis prevents the entry of food in the respiratory passage. Now when you go to the lower part of respiratory system, you have a structure called as trachea. Now trachea is also called as the windpipe. The length of trachea is 10 to 12 centimeters. It runs through neck, extends up to the middle of thoracic cavity. Now trachea is externally supported by a C-shaped cartilage. There is actually, the cartilage is one below the other. 16 to 20 C-shaped cartilage are present along the length of trachea. This prevent the collapsing of trachea. Then internally the trachea has pseudostratified ciliated epithelium. We all know about the epithelial tissue. We have studied it last year. Also the trachea has internally mucus glands. So the unwanted dust particles are trapped when the air is passing through the trachea. Now here you can see in the middle of thoracic cavity, trachea is getting divided into two branches. These branches are called as primary bronchi, right primary bronchus and left primary bronchus. Now here I have shown the part of lung. This is actually lungs, and inside to is it is primary bronchus. It is dividing into bronchi and bronchioles. Here on purpose I have shown the ribs so that you understand what is the location of lungs. Lungs are present inside the thoracic cavity, protected by the ribs. Now these primary bronchi divide into secondary and then tertiary bronchioles. Now terminal bronchioles here end into air sacs. Air sacs contain 10 to 12 alveoli. Now here if you see, it is a right lung and here it is left lung. Right lung is slightly larger than the left one. Right lung is divided into 3 lobes while the left is divided into 2 lobes. Lungs are highly elastic. They are covered by a double membrane. The membrane is called as the pleural membrane. Outer pleural membrane is called as the parietal and inner one is called as the visceral. In between these two membranes there is a pleural cavity, and inside the pleural cavity is the pleural fluid. This is for protection of the lungs. Now with this we finish talking about the respiratory system. In each lung, to add some points, in each lung you can see 700 million alveoli. Alveoli are small grape-like structures. Now if you see at the terminal bronchiole, you can see this bronchioles ending into there are some balloon-like structures, air sacs. In each air sacs there are 10 to 12 alveoli. The alveoli are highly elastic. These are actually the respiratory surfaces. Alveoli are surrounded by blood capillaries. So the air that is entering through the nares and passing through the respiratory system is finally going to the alveoli and getting diffused into the blood capillary network which is around the alveoli. There is a nice diagram also given in your PDF. So this is how the respiratory system performs the function of taking in the gases, respiratory gases, that is oxygen in the system. If you have any doubts, queries, you can ask me. You can send WhatsApp message on my personal number, and you can get your doubts cleared. I would say that all of you should try and answer the questions. Try to read the PDF more and more so that you get the answers for your questions. Along with this video, I'm also sending the answer key of questions that I had sent last time. So you can check your answers, and I would like to have more response on the question answers. Thank you.